friends, I'm Stephanie Hansen. Let's go! I've been cooking, eating, and talking about it for years.
This is amazingly good.
Now I'm inviting you along for the ride. Stanley! It's the bomb.
Something you cannot live without.
Meet the chefs, home cooks, restaurateurs, and bakers honing their craft.
Everything is going to blow your taste buds up.
And try new recipes with me in my kitchen. It's simple, it's easy, that looks amazing. There's always something delicious to share. These buds got a taste! These buds got a taste! Let's go! This is Taste Buds. We're gonna make some pie. It's all about pie on this episode of Taste Buds. We're gonna start at Vikings and Goddesses and learn about their pre-made pie crust. Then we're gonna go to Rose McGee's house and make sweet potato comfort pie. She's got a great mission. From there, we're gonna go to my house and we're gonna make hand pies with the buttered tin. And then last, but certainly not least, I will try my hand at making a creamy, dreamy whipped cream pie with great pie episode on this episode of Taste Buds. Let's go. It's all about pie. Pie, 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 pie. So I'm here with Rachel Anderson and we are at Vikings and Goddesses. We are at your wholesale production facility. And I think a lot of people know you for your pie. Yes. And now you've got refrigerated pie crusts.
So we do a lot of frozen products. We do frozen pie crust, frozen croissants, chocolate croissants, and we also sell wholesale to over 30 coffee shops every morning.
I mean, I would buy my pastries from you. You're so good at it.
Thank you.
I'm good at certain things, but pie has always been a little challenging for me.
Everybody's always daunted by the pie crust, so that's why we like to sell our frozen pie crusts so that people can actually make their own.
You guys, and it's not just any frozen pie crust. I saw what was happening behind me, and the chunks of butter were like nickel size. There were even a few that were quarter size. And you use really good ingredients, which matters.
We use Hope Creamery butter and we use Bakersfield flour for the crusts, so our pie crusts are all local.
Will you guys show me how to do one?
Yeah, we will, and Jacob's gonna help you out.
Jacob! All right, so Jacob and I are gonna be fast friends. He doesn't know this yet, but anyone who can make pie crusts like you can, we're gonna be fast friends.
We've got 84 crusts here.
And you still get the big, like, buttery chunks in there.
Yeah, we want to get some nice big buttery chunks in there. They're getting worked into a ball right now.
Can I do one?
Yeah, please do. Give it a little
Just,
dusting, just enough that it's not sticking to your hands, it's not sticking to the table. Kind of roll away from you, roll towards you. 11 ounces each for a 9-inch pie crust, pretty standard.
Okay.
And we're just gonna flatten it down if we can to a little.
All right.
Let's see.
There we go.
That looks pretty good.
All right, pretty good.
Yeah.
Not terrible, pretty good.
Yeah.
So you know
Yeah.
just like kind of what your ball size should be.
Yeah, I have a pretty good sense of
What your ball size should
the
be.
expected ball size. So we're gonna let ours rest overnight, then they're gonna sheet it out into big circles, and then they're gonna put it back in the fridge and let it rest one more time.
Thanks for being the pie man
Thanks
and
for
showing
helping
me how to shape all your crusts. And Rachel's gonna show me an actual finished pie crust. So Rachel, when we look at your pre-baked crust, you can see like where it looks a little darker, that's kind of where the butter is set up. And it starts out like this, which is ready to bake.
Yep, and we have our pie crusts have instructions on the back for whether or not you want to par bake them or fully bake them just like that.
Okay, and par bake might be for what kind of pie?
Like your fruit custards, anything like that, that's going to actually go back into the oven.
And then fully cooked would be like your cream pies and
cream
things.
pies, chiffons, anything that you're not going to put back in the oven.
With this frozen, ready to bake, like I don't need to do anything. I just literally am gonna decide, am I gonna par bake it or am I gonna bake it all the way before I fill it? That's it.
Sure we can't put you to work?
Oh, I don't know. Jacob really was fond of me, so anything's possible. All right, taste buds, I've got my pie crust, but before I can go home and make my pie, I'm going to Rose McGee's house. She makes sweet potato comfort pie. We're gonna hear how she does it and hear all about her mission. Are you ready, taste buds? Let's go. I'm here with Rose McGee. We are fast friends. You can tell we're both very orange. And we are making a sweet potato comfort pie. I was so delighted when you invited us into your kitchen to actually make one.
Thank you for having me on with you. And I love our colors too.
I know, we're so like cutely matching.
Yes, and for me, it's about the sweet potato. The orange is about the potato. You can see how beautiful this is. People have often asked, why the sweet potato pie? I consider the sweet potato pie as the sacred dessert of Black culture. When I think about the organization Sweet Potato Comfort Pie, you know, we started that after young Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. I felt compelled to do something, and of all things, I felt compelled to make a bunch of sweet potato pies, load them up in my trunk, and drive them down. The manner in which people responded to it, they wanted to share how they were feeling about not being valued and not being treated with respect.
I really love the simplicity of the message and the literal community spirit that it comes from, because I think cooking for someone or giving someone soup or sharing something that you've made with your hands is just like the ultimate gift.
It is.
And to do this on a level that you've brought it into, not only from your kitchen, but into other people's kitchens, into the community, I just think it's amazing.
A lot of people don't know that there's so many different varieties of sweet potatoes. People will say, well, what's the difference between a yam and a sweet potato? Actually, they're all sweet potatoes.
That's good to know, because
Yeah.
I've often wondered
They're
what the
all sweet
difference
potatoes,
is.
but there are over 200 varieties of sweet potatoes.
Oh, that's a lot.
This one's gonna have a richer flavor because it's got a deeper color. This one's gonna have a more mellow flavor,
Yep.
which is very nice if you're cooking it in soups and things. And this is the traditional one.
Okay. And how did you prepare the sweet potatoes?
These potatoes I boiled.
Okay, just boiling.
I just boil these.
You mentioned when we were talking about this recipe earlier that you provide a recipe that makes how many pies?
2.
Why?
Because you should always think about gifting one of those pies to someone.
I mean, come on, of course.
So we've got brown sugar and white sugar. How can you not? How can you not start with something that brings integration in so beautifully?
Do you want me to do your eggs?
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna
Are you
put
a
that in
bowl
there?
cracker or a counter cracker?
I'm a bowl cracker, but you know, whatever works for you.
I've been told that counter cracking gives you a much better clean cut and that you don't get as many shells.
I think you're right. So you
So
can
just whip them up?
Whip them up.
All right.
Go right ahead and pour the egg in there. Butter goes in next. I use salted butter.
Okay.
And then the next thing going in are the spices. Cinnamon,
Okay.
nutmeg, a little bit of ginger. Smell that, what you got?
Vanilla.
Yeah, pure vanilla.
Which smells very different than the extract.
Absolutely. You know what that is?
I have a feeling. Is it sweetened condensed milk?
Yes, it is.
It is magic.
Yes, it is.
All right, we have one other ingredient. Looks like water.
Smell it.
It's vodka.
No, it's lemon.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, it's happy hour somewhere.
That is not just lemon juice, is it?
It's pure lemon extract.
Okay, because I was like smelling gin. I don't know. I wasn't that far off.
Nope, that's pure lemon.
Okay, this is the secret ingredient.
Lemon helps to blend in all of those spices so that one thing isn't overpowering the
Yeah.
other one. I also turn this up a notch when that goes in. Yep, that's right. That's right. So now what we're gonna do, because this is what I do, just pour it in there. Yep, there you go. And you can, yep, you got it going. You got some music, gonna be a sugar pie honey bunch. Woo, woo. Yeah.
Oh, the hearts. These are like a sugar cookie heart or a pie dough heart?
No, that's just a pie dough.
Okay.
I usually try to go to the center
Okay.
and then just place that on the side down there.
Okay.
There you go.
You're like a national treasure, lady.
Oh, thank you. We'll slide it right down there on the bottom rack because of this glass. Let's put it on 1 hour.
Okay. Okay, Rose, through the magic of television, we have the lovely pie that we made. You asked me if I would cut the first slice of pie because why don't you cut the first slice of pie?
I'm not good at cutting the first
I don't
slice
know
of
that
pie.
I am either.
Don't do that.
Just, okay, get your plate up here. I'm gonna,
Okay.
okay.
Ooh, you did it.
I did it.
That does look good.
Okay, I'm gonna get to mine here. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So complex with the lemon, and your crust is really crusty on the bottom.
Pretty good.
It's beyond good. It's delicious.
I'll make you a sweet potato pie if you make me a pecan pie.
It's a deal.
Here's to get
No, I want to toast with my pie. Yeah, cheers. How can people help you keep the simplicity of this message going?
Like most nonprofits, we are facing our own little financial woes, so certainly we accept donations. But what's important, I believe, is that we find that thing that gives us purpose. And that's my message to people. If we can find that thing that gives us purpose and we recognize the humanity that exists in all of us, that's really important. And whatever we can do to help bridge some of the gaps, help soothe some of the pain. And for me, if I can make a sweet potato pie and sit down with someone and just begin to communicate so that we can understand more about our differences, that's beautiful.
Well, I loved your pie. I am going to give to the mission. It was a really lovely afternoon.
I appreciate you taking time
Oh, yes.
and showing me how to crack those eggs on the counter.
That I showed you anything after you've made all these pies is pretty impressive. All right, cheers, taste bud.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Taste buds, Rose left me with all these warm, comforting pie feelings. I'm leaving Rose's with my sweet potato comfort pie, but I'm just headed down the street to go to my house to meet Alicia from the Buttered Tin. We're gonna make ham pies, and then I'm going to make a chocolate peanut butter pie, but I've got a secret ingredient, taste buds. You might wanna come along and see how I make my pie. Come on, let's go. All right, taste buds, I'm here with Alicia from the Buttered Tin. Tell me about the ham pies we're gonna make today.
So we're gonna do something all very local, because you know we love to use local ingredients.
Yes, I noticed the Hope Creamery butter.
Yep, so we've got the local butter, but we also are gonna be making chorizo. Okay. So, and we get the ground beef from a local farm called Fisher Farms, sharp cheddar cheese from Wisconsin, some eggs from Sparborough Farms. So all very local ingredients, and it's gonna be flaky and juicy and savory and super delicious. So we've got two different types of flours that we're using here. We've got a cake flour, and a cake flour has a very low gluten content.
Okay.
And then we have an all-purpose flour. So we are actually just mixing them. But when you mix these flours, it actually becomes pastry flour.
Who knew that? That's a good hack, Alicia.
Half and half. So then we have a little bit of sugar here.
Oh, you do put a little bit of sugar in your crust.
I do.
All right.
With the salt, it gives it a little bit more of a brightness.
Sure.
So you can just set this aside for the moment. And then what you're gonna wanna do is, with really cold butter, start cutting it up into little chunks. So all you're doing is putting these in like little chunks, and then you can kind of mix them in as you go. You're just what we call petting the dog's ears. And so you're looking for a cornmeal consistency. So basically you do this until you get that. And I have to say, there's nothing like a crust by hand.
That's probably why I like it. Okay, do I need to give you a hair? I won't make you wear this, but I did bring
Hair for me back.
the butter clip.
Oh my God, you did it.
I brought it just in case.
Stephanie,
I needed it.
So this is where you're gonna wanna add in your freezing cold water. So I put about 6 ounces, and I'll start probably with like 4. And then I have a handy dandy bench scraper. This is something that you don't want to overmix. Here we go, about like 2 more ounces. And take the butter
clip now that we've got our hair under control.
Thank you.
To me, this would never seem like I'm there. I'd be adding way more water.
Yeah, but watch this. See, it looks dry and crumbly.
Yeah, amazing. Okay.
We're just gonna dump this out on here. So I'm gonna start by kind of pressing it and forming it,
Yeah,
because
a little
I
mound.
want it to be nice and kind of flat when I go back to it.
Okay.
And then I'll start nice tight wrap there. And this will make sure that the water is all concentrated. Boom.
Look
and
at
then
that.
You see all of these little butter chunks throughout there? That's the beauty. We're getting onto the chorizo, our house-made chorizo. I'm gonna start with some bacon fat.
Okay.
Some flavor.
All right.
Pan is already hot. This is ground pork.
Okay.
That's it.
Salt your meat.
Salt your meat, guys. And this is the seasoning we use.
Oh, like cinnamon, cumin,
Absolutely.
maybe a little fennel.
Then we got some fresh garlic as well. Mix it all up, and then there's your chorizo.
And I imagine we have to chill this.
Absolutely. Nothing can go in the hand pie that is hot. We're just gonna scramble up some eggs here. Low and slow, right? You're just moving it around.
Yes, till the eggs form the nice curds.
Yeah. And here's another tip. Turn your pan off before they're done getting cooked.
Yeah, and
because
just let
eggs will continue to cook. We're just gonna let this cool
Okay,
too. Look
this
at
is our dough.
We're gonna unfold it here.
I mean, it's wet.
It is wet.
Yeah.
We're gonna measure them in 3-ounce little
Balls.
balls. There we go.
All right, it's time to roll out.
You'll wanna kind of toss it back and forth like this.
All right.
And you'll want it about 1/8 of an inch thick. I do it round because we do a half moon. So like that.
Yeah, cute.
I do the egg wash just around the sides. I'm gonna put the chorizo in. Sharp cheddar cheese. This is probably actually a little too much. When you fold it, you're not gonna have a lot of space there, see?
Yeah.
It gets real crowded real fast. And then I'm just gonna go over the whole thing.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna do some special edging?
You know, all I do is I just twist and roll.
Okay. Easy for her to say. Twist and roll, twist and roll.
So
twist and
what you're
roll.
doing is you're just sealing. And then I'm gonna take the knife and I'm gonna cut a steam
You need a vent.
release. And then onto the sheet pan.
Okay.
All right, you wanna try it?
Oh, yes. Let's just get this a little floury here.
So the beauty of this is just not to roll back and forth. It's just roll in one direction. Another beauty of hand pies is that they don't have to be perfect.
Yeah,
because
they
they're
kind of look
handmade.
rustic. Okay, about a tablespoon or 2 of meat. Cheese.
Little scrambled eggs.
Okay, and now the moment of
Yum,
truth.
Trace. Yep, and just fold it right over.
Okay. And it was a twist and a fold, a twist and a fold.
Yeah, exactly.
All
That's
right,
it.
well.
You got it.
Oh, no. I got a tear here. I'm gonna just do a repair. It almost looks like a turkey. Here, I'll show you. It kind of looks like a turkey. We have our oven preheated
Okay.
to 350.
We'll see what they look like
Yeah.
in 20 minutes.
Pie hand pies. Brown and flaky. Should we just go in?
Sure.
Yum.
You can really taste that cheddar cheese too. What about that crust?
And the meat.
It's everything
Okay.
that I want breakfast to be.
Spicy,
Buttery.
salty.
I'm glad that you like them.
Whoa. They're amazing, Alicia. Thank you so much for being a taste bud today.
Oh my gosh, this was so much fun.
I have one more pie situation to get through today because sometimes you want a little whipped cream in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, taste buds, we have one pie left to make, and that is my chocolate peanut butter pie. And it's basically a whipped cream pie, but it does have a secret ingredient. A lot of people would use cream cheese in a pie like this, but I'm gonna show you how you can use cottage cheese, just a little bit healthier, a little more grams of protein, and it's gonna be equally as delicious. So let's start out by heating up 2/3 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I've also got a teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and Kemp's heavy whipping cream, 3 tablespoons. We're gonna microwave this for 2 minutes, and notice I did bring back the butter clip because I feel like you can't really have a pie episode without the butter clip. Our chocolate chips are melted. I'm just gonna stir these up a little bit. I've got my pie crust from Vikings and Goddesses that I baked. I'm gonna just go ahead and line the bottom with some of this chocolate. I mean, I try so hard. My hand slipped. All right, so we've got our layer of chocolate in there. This pie is gonna start with a cup of cottage cheese. Put this into our little Cuisinart mixer. All right, here we go. You're gonna do this for about a minute. Oh yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Smooth and creamy. I'm going to add a cup of peanut butter. And this is an instance where you do not want to use natural peanut butter. It's too oily. We're also gonna add 2/3 cup of confectioner's sugar. We're gonna go ahead and blend this up to get peanut butter cream. If you find that it's getting super thick, just add another tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. We're starting to get some good incorporation. All right, we made this delicious peanut butter cream. Now it is time to lighten it up a little bit. We have 1 cup of Kemp's heavy whipping cream. We have a couple tablespoons of powdered sugar and a remaining teaspoon of vanilla. Start on a slow speed so that you get a lot of air in it right up front. Once you feel like you can see air bubbles, the cream is getting a little bit thicker, you can start to turn up your mixer. Oh, like a chicken, like a sprinkler. Okay, when you're just about done, you finish it up by hand so that you can really get that texture and that consistency, but you're not in danger of over whipping. So see how the difference is? It's a little thicker and those peaks really stay inside the bowl. That, my friends, is soft peaks. I'm moving the whipped cream into the peanut butter cream, and I'm going to be folding them together. Stir and lift. Stir and lift. You don't want to quickly stir because you're gonna deflate the whipped cream. All right, and we've got everything folded together. We're gonna go ahead and put our peanut butter cream with our whipped cream right on top of our pie. I'm kind of mounding it up towards the center, get it all swirly and pretty. I've got some of our chocolate. We're just gonna do a little flick, flick, flick back and forth. This is our finished pie. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 6 hours. It is time, friends, to cut into our peanut butter chocolate pie. Can you see that chocolatey layer at the bottom? It looks so delicious. This is amazing. Sweet, creamy, kind of light from the whipping cream that we tossed in there. This Vikings and Goddesses crust really held up too with the chocolate on the bottom. It's a really great solution for buying a pre-made pie crust. Hi, I mean taste buds. We started with Vikings and Goddesses pre-baked pie shell. Then we went to Rose's house and we made her sweet potato comfort pie, which was delicious. Then Alicia came here from the Buttered Tin with hand pies filled with chorizo and eggs and cheese and chocolate peanut butter pie that I made. You're gonna find this recipe at fox9.com/tastebuds and go ahead, find a way to make yourself a pie.